Good morning, afternoon, and/or evening, fellow gamers. Today, I'm just going to rant on how much Twitter sucks, but before we get into the video, roll the intro. Anyways, back to the video. I'm going to be ranting on how much Twitter sucks, but I have to address something before I get into the meat of the video. So, I am very sorry that I couldn't upload my video playing Power 101 without training tombs. A lot of stuff came up about school, specifically a lot of tests, and also I was in a bit of a burnout, so I didn't want to grind more in the Power 101 training tombs video, and a bunch of other excuses. Yep, sorry, was too lazy to complete it in time. Can't create enough excuses to forgive myself, so I'm sorry. Hopefully this is a good enough filler for that, and I promise that it would be released next week. And that'll make sure it ends up looking good and not rushed like the one prior. Jeez, wonder why most YouTubes can't do what an idiotic child can do. Apologize. Anyhow, it is time to head into the meat of the video. So, everyone agrees that Twitter is extremely toxic. From how they allow people to commit crimes and get away with it, or how they allow people to ruin other people's lives. But to simplify it, I created something I like to call the Twitter Kingdom. The Twitter Kingdom has four main groups of people that could fit in, but they can likely be separated in smaller groups, but I'm just going to stick to the four main groups because otherwise it would be complicated and you probably wouldn't remember it all. Okay, now it's time to focus on in what these groups are and what kind of people are in them. Most stands, SJWs, butthurt people, whiny children, and others that fit this description I'm trying to make are in a group I like to call the madmen. By the way, I'm going to be using the word stan with the connotation of a stalker fan, rather than a super fan. Just don't want people to get the wrong message and get messed up and yada 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 yada. Anyways, back to listing. The second group in the Twitter kingdom are the bystanders, which consist of random miscellaneous people who have a sane mind. So basically, most, if not, yeah, basically most people fit into this group of bystanders. The third group is the group called kings, which are basically the people that the bystanders have a lot of respect for. For example, Puge, Jacksepticeye, Mr. Beast, etc., etc., etc. Overall, good people. The fourth group are the dragons, the people who the madmen follow, the ones that have their career only successful because of those fools, and a bystander would agree that they're extremely boring, heinous, etc., etc., etc. And these people consist of PETA, Pokemon, Jake Paul, etc., 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 and so on. Basically, those are the people that I like to classify as dragons. Now, how they interact with one another is a big problem. In reality, a bystander would of course see a king as a reasonable person with a great ability of some sort, for that's basically how it is in reality, and the madmen and dragons would be outcasted for being insane or a big threat of some sort. But Twitter reverses it. In the Twitter kingdom, the the madmen are the ones on the thrones, even though they have no reasons to be on the throne. Hell, they have an obvious reason to be thrown off the thrones, actually. But I likely believe this is the case because there are a high amount of them on Twitter, therefore they support one another and then they grow. Yeah, basically that's why I believe in that. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm going on a bunch of side rants. Alright, but I have to focus on the Twitter kingdom structure. The bystander, not wanting to get into drama or not wanting to look bad, usually just exist on Twitter and not do too much, but usually, if not always, when a situation appears, they always are peer pressure to do things that they don't agree upon, but they do anyways because they want to look good in society, such as purposely canceling a person they know is innocent, but doing it because most people are doing that. Now, in the Twitter kingdom, the kings are mostly the targets for the fools for some reason, which I do not know. Likely a jealousy complex, but I don't really know. Anyways, back to the main task. So, yeah, basically, they always attempt to find what's called something a king possibly did that could possibly be offensive, whether it be, what's it called, something back in all the way 2006, they said something, or something like that. Basically, they take offense to almost everything, and they'll attempt to they'll attempt to use that as an excuse to cancel someone I likely believe they feel jealous for, but I don't know. That's just a theory of mine. But yeah, they usually just always want to take down the ones with talents. Now, for the dragons, they have to lead the madmen, whether they like it or not. And if they do like it, you can clearly, of course, see that they like to exploit them for their own gains and basically build their careers out of it. But usually, if they don't want to do that, they're usually casted down upon by these madmen, as they would if they were a king. So yeah, basically, if they're known as a dragon, basically they're forced upon it, otherwise they face unneeded punishment, or they want to do it because it's easily exploitable. Also, I forgot to mention, but the bystanders aren't innocent from these madmen. The madmen attack anyone they want, because at times they still want themselves to look good compared to others, so they'll take anything in offense so they can make themselves feel like or seem like a hero at times. Well, that's what I believe they do, but they still ruin lives of bystanders at times too. The fools ruin the lives of the bystanders and kings by using various skills, some illegal, some very immoral, but they always do it. These consist of doxing, death threats, false accusation, false reporting, spreading false rumors, etc., etc. You got the gist. But they are never punished because... Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. I wonder why they never get punished for their actions. But I don't know. You tell me. I have no clue. So overall, in this kingdom, the people who don't deserve stuff to be awarded get awarded, and vice versa. Yeah, basically reverse karma. If you're a nice person on Twitter, you're treated like a demon. If you're an arsehole on Twitter, you're treated like a saint. Yep, it's time to head into the dessert of the video, which will include me defending myself from hypocrisy, random cries of hope, and a bunch of random crap related to how much I dislike Twitters. I just want to get some of these stuff off my chest while I still can. Everyone agrees that Twitter shouldn't exist. If I had a chance to, I would delete it. Even pay $1 million to delete Twitter off the internet. But that's not even enough to eliminate it, because someone else would have already eliminated it. Because everyone agrees that Twitter sucks. I know Twitter was created for good intentions, definitely. Almost everything wanted to be created in good intention, or done in good intentions. But it ended up being a terrible hellhole. But I don't care about what it was intended to be. I care what it does. I care about what it became. I care about what happens now in the present, how it affects people now. And it's now a nightmare to society, with some possible good uses at times. One of these good things these ones, the only one I can really come up with, because Twitter doesn't seem to have a bunch of good stuff, is that it can allow YouTube to write channels which they shouldn't have deleted or destroyed, basically fixing it. Basically, yeah, it's a YouTube problem, not a Twitter problem, but through Twitter, you can shame YouTube enough into reviving an innocent channel, but yeah, that's the only use I see out of Twitter, saving a YouTube channel. Anyways, if you fit the description of a fool on Twitter, here's a word from me to you. But I know none of them would be watching. They'd probably be disliking the video, falsely reporting it, etc., etc., etc. But if you are one shockingly watching this, here's a message from me to you. Change. You're honestly gonna regret how you are now. Honestly, it's for the better. No one likes someone who ruins the lives of others. So change before karma returns and the hell you gave others comes straight back to you. And also, you're gonna actually get respected, and people are actually gonna enjoy your presence. So yeah, just do it. Just change for the better. Realize your flaw and change it. Or just go off of Twitter and then boom, you're gonna be okay. I really honestly want to learn the ways of Diogenes, but I can't really do that when people are ruining lives and I have to just watch from a distance and do nothing except for watching it happen. Sorry, but this video is a little bit different than my usual videos, but I just wanted to make a video on Twitter and attempt to make a commentary video, well, if you can call it a commentary video, and see how it turns out. So yeah, I wish this likely does well, but I don't think so. Anyways, the Power 101 video without training tombs is guaranteed to come out next week, so that's something to look forward to if you dislike this video. So yeah, sorry you got a commentary video instead of what you were looking for. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about keeping myself from looking like a hypocrite, but yeah, the only reason I have a Twitter account is so I can contact YouTube in case they mess up my channel, because I know they eventually will, because they mess up everyone's channels. Whether it's a family channel, what's it called, adult channel, whatever it is, as long as you don't make YouTube money, they are willing to ruin your channel and not give a single care about how it turns out. Yeah, again, sorry that this video came out instead of the video that should have came out. And yeah, hopefully this video still made you, the viewer, happy, and also roll the outro.